What is up, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Sandstorm Time with Triple H over here. That is right, finally, we're doing the Sandman video over here. And, I must say this, okay, guys? I get it that Sandman for you guys might not be God, but I love Sandman. And it's tough for me to change your minds because the science class is very overpowered, all right? But maybe, just maybe, by showing this video, you might find it in your heart a little place of love for this sand beast over here. So let's start before I play the video here, let's start with his immunities. He's immune to poison, bleed, and shock, right? So those are like three main things in there in a contest that right there and then gives him a bunch of reasons to love this guy right there. Damage. He is very slapped on because he doesn't have the big yellow poppy numbers, right? So you have to look at his red numbers, guys. Please just look at the red numbers because trust me, you guys will find that once he's ramped up, which is easier to ramp up these days, right after his buff, because now you only have to build up to eight heavy proficiencies instead of building up to 20 back in the day. And on top of it, it's just simple and easy to get his rotation. Now, with the rotation in mind, I want you guys to understand that it's tough to get rotations in all the time because the AI will not play into it and it will be a jerk to you. So you have to play around what the AI gives you so that way you could get the benefits. So forgive me for some, missed opportunities for rotations if I'm showing here in the video, and I will explain you guys exactly what I was actually trying to do. But at the time, AI was not really playing ball, or maybe I just simply didn't see it. But let's begin the video here with a battleground match. So right here, we have a Sasquatch. And this was the meta where, Mystics was running rampant. So right here, what we want to do is we want to go in between a couple of hits and heavies, because the blue icon there is our resistors. And we want to get to 20 resistors, so that way we can start getting into our heavy rotation, right? So you're gonna notice I'm throwing a bunch of SP1s here, because the SP1 is where you get those juicy petrifies, and we can control his power gain. As you can see there, he has power gain going, but he's not gaining like all the way up to 3 bars of power. Trust me, guys, if I didn't have those petrifies on him, he was gonna send me into oblivion so bad. Now right there, we threw an SP2 because we want to control his unstoppables by putting slows up on him, alright? And right there we throw a heavy just to build again those orange icons. And you can see here, look, the power gain is going. Guys, he would have been an SP3 if he wasn't for those petrifies and the power control here. Then we get into heavy rotations. And look at that damage, guys. Just simply beautiful. 78,000 crit at the end of it there. And we win the match. Just unbelievable. Unbelievable. Now, before I start this one, right, because that was a Battlegrounds match, understand that depending on the meta of the Battlegrounds, sure, on this one, time is a factor. Okay, so for some people out there watching that previous fight, they're going to say, but Triple H, that's not realistic, man. Well, it is when you have a big power gain node going on the entire meta. Then you want somebody that could actually offset that power gain. And trust me, this is a perfect example of why he's so slapped on. And people don't play enough of Sandman, would not understand that sometimes time is a factor, but you also want that utility to be kicking in along with the damage. And he's not that bad of a ramp up. You could do this with Sandman even easier when you don't have that much of a power gain going on. Petrifies are there to reverse the healing and also stop you from gaining all of that power. He's just amazing. Right there and then, it was a perfect example of why people need to understand of what's going on in the meta and how can you actually use that champion for your benefit. It's not always about speed, even though speed gives you a lot of points, but it's not always about speed when it comes down to power gain. All right. Now, this fight over here is another example of his power gain control, because as you can see here, this is the Necropolis Black Widow Clairvoyant, and she is an asshole. Yeah, so just for starters, she gains a lot of freaking power. Just to start off with, she does gain a lot of power. And because Sandman is immune to bleed and poison, he's not immune to incinerate though. So don't try to do anything with incinerate nodes because you will get burned. But right here, this Necropolis Clairvoyant is a tough fight. She throws her specials. You're immune to her debuffs. She's gonna gain a lot of power. So what I'm doing here is, which is not optimal, I was throwing a lot of SP1s to put a Petrifies on her to reverse the power a bit and to offset the power gain that she's having, right? Now, in a longer form of content, what you guys want to do is simple. You guys want to go on to regular parries, build your resistors, keep building your power, try to get all the way to an SP3, right? Hold your SP3. You're gonna be in that unstable form. Wait it out, just throw a bunch of heavies, and then once you're done with your resistors, throw an SP3, because then you're gonna gain 20 resistors up again. And once you get your 20 resistors up again, you could just go right back into, or you could just bait the special and then go right back into your heavy rotation, dealing massive amounts of damage, because the special 3 and those vulnerabilities, I believe, right? Yeah, vulnerabilities that he places on you, it's gonna deal massive amounts of damage, okay? So right here with Clairvoyant, we can't get touched, because sometimes she has that little purple icon, as you guys can see there, and if she touches you, you're dead, right? She's about 8 million in health over here, and this is a rank 3 7-star, all right? So let's go ahead and play it along. I start with a couple of parries because she does not have that purple icon, all right? So as you see here, she throws her special, and look at that, guys. It's ridiculous. She gained 1.5 bars of power just by doing so. So right here, I didn't really notice that I had my resistors up and I was in unstable form. And I ended up going like this. And this was a mistake doing it a little bit. But again, you gain more damage when you have your unstable form and you're throwing your special, right? But me personally, what I was thinking was, I gotta throw my special one because she's gaining a lot of power and I need to keep stacking more and more of those petrifies on her. Now, the damage being dealt over here, I got shellacked a bit, is because of the recoils masteries, because all of the gameplays you guys are gonna see here is gonna stem from the recoil masteries being active, because I do love me some suicides, right? And right there and then, man, you see, guys, look at that big damage. 42,000, 25,000. Just look at the red numbers. Don't look for the big juicy yellow numbers, because trust me, it's not there, man. This guy here is all about the red numbers. Now, right there we are 15 resistors, and we get to 20, and I made the mistake of throwing the special one there, which I much rather just go and, you know, get into the loop here that I'm doing my heavy loops. There you go. Nice and easy, bam. So now we got 7 of our heavy proficiencies, and which is the orange one, okay? And basically we just need one more rotation here to be fully ramped, because then we'll have our 8 heavy proficiencies and then our 20 resistors up. Okay, so right there, boom, 20. I don't know why I kept on doing this, but I think this is because I was panicking with her power gain. But right there, I intercept her, because it's easy to play like that. I love intercepting them while they're walking in, because I'm unstoppable, so I could just throw my heavies. Now, I believe here I go into an SP3 rotation pretty soon. But no, I threw another one. Jesus, Triple H. Just go to an SP3. If I could have to go back in time, I think like I had enough, what do you call it? Petrifies on her, you know? But right there, this is exactly what you guys want to do in a longer form. You just go straight into an SP3. See here? He ran out of all of his resistors. So now we go in, throw our SP3. And now look, we're back to unstable form again. Ready to go. If she comes over, which she doesn't, so I throw my relic as a panic attack there, which it worked out. A W is a W. And there you go, guys. Look at all that damage that he's doing. That last hit was 104,000. 104k, man. Are you serious? Just one, like, on heavy attacks. That's insanity. So right here, we're just building up again. Up to 20, yep. And so now we go back into another heavy loop. And look at this, guys. Just amazing, man. Look, 21k. I did that because of panic. But again, you just want to get into the habit of just building your resistors up to 20. And then building up your power. And then once you run out of those heavy rotations, you just go straight into another SP3. To one SP3. And you'll be back with your 20 resistors up again. So we throw it again. And granted, guys, we're taking damage from recoils. Because, you know, the recoils masteries does that to you. And she has her purple icon over there. So we go into our heavy rotation. And you guys can see, man, look. 53k, 52k, 100k damage. Like, legitimately, he is really good. And on top of it all, your controls go into inverted. So sometimes, yeah, sometimes now I get it. I was just worried about all of that. So you see right there, this fight in Necropolis is a trash can on fire. But we got it through it, guys, a little bit here, so you guys can see a little bit of the showcase of his, like, in a form of like a long form content here. How much damage can he really do? And he could even do more damage if you guys play into that SP3 rotation that I'm talking about for you guys there, okay? So, how much damage did we do? We did about 4 million damage, because yeah, 4.5 million damage, probably. Yes, because she's at 59% over there. That's Triple H math, just so you guys know. But there you go, man. She was halfway gone for a very difficult fight, man. If you say this fight is not hard, I mean, I don't know what else to say, man, because this fight is difficult. Now, let's get into this one over here. Because you guys are gonna be like, Triple H, that's a 5-star Sandman. What are you doing? You said this would be a 7-star, man. Come on, clickbait, bullshit. Well, if I were to play with my 7-star rank 3, trust me, the champion would be just cooked, gone, dusted. It would not even be a fair fight. Okay, guys? With this one, playing with a 5-star, okay, it's not to show off. It's to actually give you guys a view of how much this guy is underrated. He has so much utility, damage, and he's fun to play. I don't get the hate, but at the same time, like I said, I believe it's because he's in a class that has a lot of queens and gods, and he just gets forgotten. But he is just as good if not better in some situations than some of those other champions with the immunities, okay? Now, the champion. Man, the champion boss, it still gives me nightmares, guys. It still gives me nightmares. This dude was so asinine that Kabam had to nerf him. Not once, but twice. Because of how bad this motherfucker was. He still gives me PTSD. Sometimes I'm playing with a lower rarity, and my hands are still shaking. Because of how much trauma I had from this dude back in the day when he was on his original form. This dude was asinine. What the fuck were they thinking? I don't get it. But they put him out there and I got through him once. And then I never wanted it to do X6 again. X6.2 again. I just wanted it to go through it once and that's it. That's how asinine this fight was. Okay? They almost made me quit the game. Now, watch how Sandman deals with this man with no problem. And this is a 5-star. Okay, this is a 5-star. Rank 5. Okay, guys, rank 5. So, if you are a beginner, right, so you see here, he starts with the unstoppable. So we're just doing a couple of parries and love taps. And look at the damage we're taking through the block. Still, till this day, man, if you're a beginner, you would not like this fight whatsoever, because this fight's still very tough. Now, with 7 stars in the horizon, maybe, just maybe, you guys will definitely have a better time. But right here we go into an SP2. Okay. So now we're with 20 resistors, we're gonna use 5 because we use that, you know, the special, which is not ideal, but again, guys, sometimes, like I said, you have to play a certain way because the AI will be just an asshole to you, okay? But watch this, he's gaining regen, but we're mainly focusing on doing the SP2s so we could keep putting all of the slows on him. So now, from here on, we're gonna combine a couple of SP1s, but watch this. He's already almost done to his last phase, guys. Look at that. Like, this is how simple it is to play with Sandman, and trust me, this is still a very hard fight, even with a 5-star. I believe some people have 5 or 6 stars on this. If you get a 6-star Sandman, man, like, you guys are golden. You don't need to wait for that Captain America experience that we used to do back in the day, right? Because he was actually the guy to do this fight with because of how he was able to just take hits on the block. But right there, man, look at this, man. He's just getting demolished. And we're already in the final phase. And just so you know, man, to get to this final phase, if you don't have an ideal champ that could put slows on this dude, and on top of it all, you could just root his ass and not worry about that unblockable hits that he has here and there. Oh man, trust me, this is really showcasing right there why you guys should rank up your Sandmans, dude. Because like I said, fun to play, full of utilities, and the immunities, man, just awesome to have. Right here we throw an SP3, we get our proficiencies back, but here we're just worried about baiting because he won't go below 10% unless we dodge another one of his SP1s. And it's tough because the block damage, man. You look, I'm at 7% over there. I'm literally playing with fire right now. If he hits my block, I'll be screwed. But watch right there, man, just in time. The problem is we kind of ran out of slows. So we're just waiting on him to like throw another one. And now we could actually go to an SP2. And I believe he goes to 2% there, yep. And watch this, we're just gonna keep hitting because we want to actually build up to another special, because I don't think it takes damage from regular hits that much. And there you go, boom, bam, bang, sit down, eat my sand, boy. And look at that, just beautiful display of how my man Sandman over here, man, is just amazing. Amazing. I don't know if this will change your mind or anything, because again, guys, me personally, this is a personal choice. I love Sandman, and I believe in this. I believe that if the game had no tier lists, people just go on and play the champions that they are actually given, guess what? I believe that we would discover so much more about this game, rather than just having everybody doing the same thing. Everybody just doing the same thing. It becomes boring, it becomes repetitive, and guess what? It's one of those things where is a problem with with how the game is designed, because we have overpowered champions, and then we forget about that there are other champions that could do the same thing. It just takes a little longer here and there, right? But if you're having fun with that champion, then guess what? You're gonna actually end up loving that champion because you're having fun with the play style, and you're given a chance, and you can make a judgment for yourself on how you like or dislike that champion, so on and so forth, right? But anyways, guys, I've waffled long enough, man. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this this little sample. I'll say it's a little sample because I do use Sandman a lot in the game. I just don't record myself using it all the time. And I wish that Kabam had more bosses for me to fight without having to go through story content again and again and again, so I could show you guys even more fun stuff that this dude can make it, alright? But if in the future, if you guys want to see more Sand God gameplay or anything like that, man, just type it in on chat which boss you guys want me to go out there and take on it, and I'll consider it. Not making any promises. I'll go out there and I'll try it out, maybe make a video, alright? Like and subscribe if you want to stay for more of the fun, and I'll see you guys in the next one, guys. Peace.